Wanrong, the last Empress of China, was a woman of immense beauty and intelligence, thrust into a life that would ultimately be marked by tragedy and betrayal. Born in 1906 into a wealthy Manchu family, Wanrong was arranged to marry Emperor Puyi at just 17. Today, we explore her life, a life confined within palace walls and political strife. In 1922, Wanrong entered the Forbidden City as the Empress of China's last Emperor, Puyi. The young couple resided in the ancient palace, but life for Wanrong was not as glamorous as it seemed. They lived in the shadows of a fallen dynasty, with Japan's growing influence casting a long, dark shadow over their future. As Japan tightened its grip on China, Puyi was installed as the puppet emperor of Manchukuo, a Japanese-controlled state. Wanrong followed her husband to this foreign land, but life in Manchukuo was filled with emptiness and isolation. She was forbidden from any real power, and her role was merely symbolic. In Manchukuo, Wanrong became increasingly isolated, finding herself in a gilded cage with no hope for freedom. With no friends and only the company of palace attendants, Wanrong's mental health deteriorated. In despair, she turned to opium, a tragic escape that would only deepen her misery. As World War II ended, Japan's empire crumbled, and so did Puyi and Wanrong's fragile rule. In 1945, Soviet forces invaded Manchukuo. Puyi was taken into custody, while Wanrong was separated from him, forced into a harsh prison camp where she suffered greatly. Wanrong's final years were a heartbreaking chapter. Cut off from family and home, she faced inhumane conditions, struggling with addiction and malnutrition. She eventually passed away in 1946, with no funeral, buried in an unmarked grave, a tragic end to the once beloved empress. Empress Wanrong's life serves as a poignant reminder of the fate of a monarchy caught in the tide of history. Although her story is one of sorrow, Wanrong remains a symbol of resilience, beauty, and tragedy. Her legacy endures as a reflection of a lost era in China's history.